Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. Now this is actually a live stream and I am actually testing out streaming to both YouTube and also to Twitch at the same time. And so if you're watching on either platform, hopefully this comes through okay. Alright, so in today's episode, what I'm focusing on right now is on the Corrupted Haran level 3 or 3-star level 6 boss. And it's close to dying. We have one more attack remaining, and I wanted to see how far I could push it. So far the teams I've tried, I've been using Najjar as our tank for reflect and also just to tank the hits, and you know, Guinevere as sort of the staple to keep all of our units alive and also to get rid of some of the just to keep them alive here. And Xena, Torbjorn, and Ketra were sort of my primary teams I've been using, and I've been getting pretty good damage out of them. And what I wanted to try and see is if I could take Xena out, because Xena right now is sort of the one that deals less damage than the others. And I wanted to try to build up Gojmir. So I got Gojmir and I got him to 5 stars right now. He's still at level 40, so he's still got some way to go. But I wanted to test it out. Now, my equipments are not that great. And for him, really, ultimately, it's all about getting his attack boosted. And so what I've been focusing on is looking for equipments that do attack boost. So I got one that has a 32% so far, going to get up to 50% attack boost, and I think I have another one here on the Hawkeye boots. So I'm increasing his both his critical rate as well as his overall attack. So his attack right now is at 2429, and the idea is that he's going to hopefully be able to do twice. All right, so whenever he acts, whenever he uses his ability, if he gets a critical damage, then he has a 30% chance to do it twice. So it's important to get his critical rating high. It's still not there, it's at 59%, and so I'm still experimenting. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this. We're gonna try and attack the boss using this setup here. Don't have a great leader bonus because Torbjorn only boosts himself, and I don't have one that boosts attack for everyone. So instead I'm going to use Ketra as a leader because Ketra can at least increase defense for all allies. So at least we can have higher survivability. So let's take this, let's give this a shot. Okay, we're going to have Guinevere, Gojmir as our light heroes. We have Torbjorn as our blue hero, and then Ketra and Najjar as our red heroes. And in here, we're also going to have a revive potion, some mana potion, and some health potion so that we can keep ourselves alive. So at the beginning, he's definitely going to be attacking Gojmir, so we're going to try and keep him alive. And the nice thing is Najjar has a 20 mana gain, so all I need is 5 gems to get him going. But the problem with Gojmir right now is that he only has 19. I tried to put in a mana set for him, caster set, and I didn't think that it was worth the sacrifice in his attack. So we'll see if this ends up being okay or not. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this right here. We're going to be able to get our Ketra's attack going as well. She actually does a lot of damage, right? So if you take a look, she can deal over almost 10,000 in her hit, whereas Gojmir can't quite match that. But because he was able to get a critical hit the first time, he's able to hit again the second time. So my idea is to try and get his, keep improving on his attack and keep getting his critical rate higher, so that whenever he attacks, he can deal more and more damage. That's the goal. Okay. So let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and get. We're gonna go ahead and try. See, this is where, because he's only got 19 mana gain, matching 5 gems didn't quite get his ability charged up, and so that is sort of the issue right now. That's where it's going to become a little bit slower. And right now, I'm gonna do some. I'm just gonna go ahead and get Torbjorn as well, and we're going to go ahead and first get Najjar set up so that he could reflect and also taunt the damage. And so we are able to deal about 10,000 damage with Gojmir, so that's good. So far we're doing pretty well there. Now let's go ahead and take away these. Let's go ahead and take away these purple gems. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to activate Guinevere's skill, but we'll do that next. And so the nice thing here is Guinevere passively will heal all of the teams whenever she takes damage from a special ability. And since Haran did it twice, we're able to heal twice, which is nice. And then I bring in the Sapphire Dragon here to slow down the dragon a little bit. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Get Gojmir. Oh no, Gojmir's not going to get charged up here with 4. And so instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save the red gems for now, where I can actually get Najjar and also Ketra going. Okay. And then let's see how much damage she can deal. So she consistently is able to deal about 9.8 thousand. So she's been extremely consistent. I really like using her. She's just been really solid. And so let's see. We're gonna go ahead and do this. And I want to basically what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm setting up my light gems so that I can use it as often as possible. Okay, and let's see. So with 8,000, I think I should be able to survive this next hit with... I don't have to worry about it, is really what I'm thinking. And so we'll go ahead and do this. Take away the purple gems as much as possible, if possible. And... okay, so we're gonna go ahead and... let's see, what can I do here? So I have enough turns for Najjar's Reflect and Taunt to still be active. And the match here, I think the only thing that I need to do then is we'll just do this. We'll just make sure that we match some red gems here. We're at 79,000, 81,000 now with 26 turns left before the dragon will get into the raged status. And so we're going to try our best to deal more damage if we can, if possible. Okay, so we'll do this, and we'll get Gojmir going, and then we will also charge up Torbjorn at the same time. So we didn't get a critical hit there, so we don't get our second hit. This is why having critical rate high is going to be very useful in this case anyways. For him, you want to have high critical rate rating. Critical damage ratings, chances of getting a critical hit so that you can land the extra hits as often as possible. Okay. Just thinking about the play here. Not going to be able to get... oh, I didn't activate Reflect here. So now the problem is Gojmir is going to die because I didn't activate my Najjar, and that's why I bring in the potion here to revive. So in case I make a mistake like this, at least it gives me an opportunity to just try again. But I missed out on some damage I could have reflected back there. So that was a mistake on my part. So let's go ahead and heal here, and I'm going, just in case, I'm going to give him a little bit more health. Okay. Guinevere should be able to charge up with that. Okay. And what's nice with Guinevere is when you attack with using her, she also removes one of the buffs from the boss. It's kind of random. I think it's probably the last one that the boss has buffed up. So you can see there's a ton of buffs there on the dragon. And our Gojmir is already almost dead, so if I had not used that health potion, he would have died already. And so I guess that was the right move on my part. Flame Gaming, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me here. Okay, so let's see. We have we have 5 turns, so actually we have some turns here. So let's focus on getting. What should we focus on? Let's focus on getting everybody charged up. Okay, we do need to heal for sure. There's no way that I'm going to be able to survive with that amount of health for Gojmir. We're not going to be able to charge up Ketra, unfortunately. Although I might be able to do that here. Right, I might be able to charge up Ketra at this point. So we'll go ahead and do this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to necessarily get over 200 with this setup here. I kind of was hoping I could. I was kind of hoping I could just with with Gojmir being set up here, but it looks like I might be a little bit might be a little bit short on my gold there. All right, we'll go ahead and use taunt now. And I think the main thing here is I need to make sure that I remove a lot of the purple gems here, because what I don't want is I don't want to have the boss just continuously use his skill, and we're probably going to lose Najjar here, right? And then we're going to get hit. This was I think a miscalculation on my part. I should have used my health potion and I didn't. So what do I do here? I'm going to forego Gojmir at this point, and I'm going to focus on healing up Najjar and get his ability charged up. And if I don't, I can use my mana potion. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mana potion in order to I'll use my mana potion in order to charge him up, and that is exactly what I'm going to do here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use Guinevere as well. So I think my overall damage definitely has been impacted just because I lost Gojmir there, and I need him to be higher level, and that's what's telling me is I still need to develop him more. I need to get his health higher because he can't take the hits as nice as well. And I didn't once again I didn't activate Najjar there, so we luckily was able to survive the hit from the boss there. Okay, we have 5 turns left before the rage. We're only at 156, so we're definitely dealing less damage than we could, definitely by quite a bit here. Although once the rage takes place, we could probably deal some good reflect damage. I just have to remember to activate it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this, that, and hope for the best here. Okay, so we have one more turn. There's one more turn remaining before rage, and what that means is resistance is going to be higher, defense is going to be higher, everything about the boss is going to be stronger. And so what I need to do is I need to heal, and I'm going to try using Guinevere's skill to heal first rather than using my potion. So we can at least get this going there. So Najjar still has his taunt and reflect, so we'll see how much damage we're able to reflect here. So we're at 176, and we won't be seeing it just until the next 2 more turns. So in this time frame, what we're going to do is we're going to heal up, and we're going to I don't know, we're going to heal up and we're going to try our best. Activate everything. Use her skill here, so use the skill from Guinevere, and you can see that the damage from Ketra has reduced down to about 3,000 or so, but let's see how much we can do from the reflect. Okay, so the boss's damage is going to go up to 200% as well, and let's see. Here's where I'm kind of torn. If I could just get one more match of the red gems, I'll be able to get Ketra to deal damage again. But at the same time, the boss is going to deal. I guess I probably shouldn't expect it anyway. So instead, I'm just going to focus on getting more damage from Ketra first, because I don't think I'm going to be able to deal that much more damage anyways. Okay, so we'll survive this hit here. We'll go ahead and use Ketra, so now we're damage again, drop down to 2,000, and the hope is we'll be able to survive this and go up to 200,000 with this. That's the hope. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope that we can do this. So we can also get Torbjorn to use his skill, and so let's see if we can do something there. Okay, so 193, and this will jump up to 202 now. Okay, we dealt almost 9,000, almost 10,000 damage back to the boss. That's how much damage we were able to reflect back. And I guess at this point, then this is probably going to be all she wrote, and we're gonna go ahead and just deal our final damage there. Total tally is going to be about 205,000, a little less than what I was able to accomplish using using my previous 2 setups. And so definitely gonna have to go back to the drawing board and figure out, like, you know, what could have gone better there. So Gojmir was able to deal 50,000, so that's actually pretty good compared to Xena, but then my Torbjorn didn't do nearly as well. So if you take a look at the comparison now between my my teams, so you can see that Xena was sort of the one that I needed to try and do better on, and so she was dealing 36, 38, and then Gojmir went up to 50. So I got a little bit better from his skills. Okay, Torbjorn, however, on average did worse, and Ketra also did slightly worse this time around. So all around, I think it was, you know, not as good management of my abilities for Reflect. So I definitely missed 2 opportunities there for Reflect. I don't think that I managed my gem match as well, so this is really where I could do a lot better. You know, all around my Reflect damage reduced. So you can see Guinevere was able to deal 33 and 24. This time it's 24. So my first time wasn't that good either. I definitely think that the second time around, I managed this a lot better. And so this is, you know, this is how I'm trying to improve on my play with, you know, the setup here. We brought the boss's health down to 3% at this point, so that's good. So we only have 80,000 left, and so hopefully we'll be able to complete the dragon and we can move on to a 4-star dragon, which is obviously going to be a lot more difficult. But you know, what we're gonna do is we're going to hopefully take it out, move on to 4-star just to see what we can do with the boss, and then you know, get some good rewards from there. And so that is, you know, that is how I'm testing out the Gojmir here. One thing I will say, what I'm going to try and focus on after this, you can see that I'm using critical rating and I'm still not really that high, right? My critical rate is currently at 59. I really want to be pushing it to closer to, I want to try and push it closer to 100, right? As much as possible. And the only way to do that is if I actually take a look at the glove. So one thing that I found interesting, and one thing I'm learning about, is these artifacts, the main stat's really the way to go. If you really want a specific stat, yes, you can get it from your sets, but at the same time, you are also going to get that from your main stats here. So sets will give you some additional bonus, but if you don't have any of your main stats matching what you're looking for, then you're not going to get the optimal amount. And so if you take a look at the 6 artifacts here, so we've got some main stats here. Weapon, helmet, and shield are always just going to give you flat attack, health, and defense boost. So that doesn't change. From the second half of the equipment, you've got gloves that will give you, that can give you critical rate and critical damage, and that's it. Okay, so only gloves give you a possibility of getting critical rate boost, whereas armor and shoes, they give you something different. Armor gives you accuracy and resist, and shoes give you speed. And so if I wanted really high critical rate, I really need to be looking for gloves that has critical rate as the main stat, right? So I need to be searching for gloves that has critical rate, and then we'll take a look and see. So far, the only one I have that I'm seeing here is the giant set. Okay, so this is a giant set here that does give me additional health and also damage output. And so what I could theoretically do, if you think about this, the maximum I can get from the critical rate ability here is 50%. If I get this up to level 15, I can get 50% critical rating, and that is already higher than having 2 sets of Hawkeye, right? So Hawkeye set, I get 15 critical rate for each set, and so with 2 of them equipped, I get plus 30. But if I can get my giant set to level 15, then I'll get a nice 50% critical rate. And then if I can, then it's just a matter of, can I get critical rate in as a sub status for each of my other equipments here. So that might actually be a option for me. So that means now that I've taken a look at this, I can clear this out and I can just take a look and see what I have for my giant set. right? So we saw here, which one was it now? This was I think it was gloves. Right, so it's the gloves that gets me the critical rate, and so I can go ahead and use that, and then I just need to sort of figure out what to do. So gotta play around a lot. It's just that it costs a lot. It costs a lot of gold to keep re-equipping and equipping. And so if I take a look though, see what I have here, I only have one that gives me critical rate. I don't have anything that's giving me attack boost. That's the other thing. I need to also take a look, see if there's anything that gives me attack percent boost out of these. So if there is, but it's a 3-star armor that's giving me attack boost. So if I try and upgrade it fully, it's still only going to give me 30% as opposed to 50 or 60%. And so that is one that I probably will not invest in. So 2 options. One is to farm for more giant artifacts and see if I can get better there, or to try and see if I can find something that gives me slightly better stats. Anyways, that's just kind of like, you know, some of the thinking that I have around you know, what I'm going to do here, and still working toward a Rift team. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of time it takes for me to complete the Rift 19 and 20 here to get the artifacts. If I wanted to get warrior set, I need to go through here. But if I wanted the giant set, I can actually get them from doing this right here. And I'm actually able to do this on here. And you can see I actually have Ketra as one of my main attackers here. Let's go ahead and change this so that we have the leader. We will do that. Okay. And so I'm going to show you what I do in a Rift as I farm. So if you can get Guinevere to be your fusion hero, I've mentioned that in my previous videos, that's going to be extremely helpful. Najjar, I believe, has been a really good investment, right? To save up all my gold scrolls to open up during that event. And so I was able to get him, and he has been a real staple for me in all Rift fights. Then I was able to bring in my other fire heroes, and right now, like I would say, Lurkar is the legendary hero that I am using in this setup, but I don't think that he is absolutely necessary. In fact, if I brought in a second copy of Ketra, for example, I think I would be able to do just as well, because it's all about dealing that single damage to the boss. And, you know, having Premislav here allows me to deal damage to the mob, but having individual attack bonus to, you know, to take down the boss as quickly as possible, I think is actually more useful. And so 2 options here, right? One way to play here against Rift is to provide lots of debuff, like, you know, you burn your heroes, you bleed, you know, cause them bleed, give them poison so that they keep dwindling down in health. That actually works really well against boss because the boss's health is pretty high. But you can see Ketra just dealt 12,000 damage against, you know, one of the enemies there, and that's about how much damage she'll deal to the boss as well. So having a couple of those in there really is going to be helpful. So let's take a look and see how quickly we can get through here. So we'll just wait for this wave to finish, and then Lurkar is going to take out Break on the right side, and then we're probably going to be able to we'll cast our skill, and then we'll just go ahead and take out the middle enemy there. Okay, now we're on to the boss, and what you'll notice here is I'm actually not actively manually fighting. So one thing that you'll want to do when you're setting up a Rift fight is you want to see how successful you can be when doing a auto fight against Rift, because you want to be able to let the game farm as much as possible so that you can set up an auto fight and keep going. You know that you've done it when you're able to set up a team that can win consistently with auto and not have to manually fight. If you have to manually fight, you're going to end up taking a long time to defeat the boss. And so we don't have a reflect on. That's the only thing about auto, is that they don't always save the skill for when they need to activate it. But you want to be able to make it so that, in spite of, you know, despite the fact that you don't have the optimal activation of your skills, you can still beat the boss. And so you can see we're actually doing just fine here. All of them have really good health right now, and they're dealing a ton of damage. So I think we're going to be good. So I think just a couple more hits here, and we're also constantly causing the boss to lose health. So we set a couple of burn status on him, right? And so you'll notice that when it's his turn, he's going to lose a lot of health. So you see the health go down because of the burn that's impacting him. and then just one more, probably a couple more hits, and then we will be good to go. This is probably like a 4-minute fight right there. So it's still not great, like it still takes a little bit of time. I wanted to try and see if I can get this down to like 2 minutes or under. And so let's see how long that was. Actually, it was a little bit less, 3 minutes and 26. So my best time ever was 3:13. I want to try and bring that down to sub 2. And we ended up getting a 6-star glove, which is nice. At least it'll be worth some money here. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on just to kind of quickly go over, like, you know, my attempt against the guild bosses using various different setup. And if you have some similar, you know, teams, this is probably a card that you can try out. I'm giving Gojimi a try. I've heard really good things about him. I've seen him deal a ton of damage against the purple boss, and I think right now for me, it's all about my equipment. Right, leveling him up and also setting the right equipment so I can get the most out of him. That is the goal here. So I'll continue to try this out, and then after I've you know, improved on it, I will hopefully be able to do some offline videos to show you how it works. And just figure, as I'm playing already, I'll come online, do a little stream. You can catch this on both YouTube and also Twitter. And so leave a comment below, let me know what you think. Give me you know, any feedback. You know, what's your favorite setup against your raid bosses. And I'm also exploring non-legendary, like just epic or rare hero setup, so that we can all try and do more damage, you know, against the bosses. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me for this stream. Thanks a lot for joining, whoever's watching here. And yeah, like I said, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next episode. All right.